Yo, I just wanted to say that when you're talking to someone and you're getting to know them, hopefully long enough, before you have sex and all that, you're actually genuinely taking the time to get to know them and not trying to front just to get to the booty part, right? I mean, we all want the booty part, but the thing about it is, while you're getting to know them, take notes of red flags, right? And never, ever, ever, ever ignore a red flag, especially while you're trying to get to know somebody. What happens most of the time is people see the red flags, but they keep moving forward in this thing that they know might be poison for them, right? You're still okay until you have sex, until you make that sexual connection and get those feelings going, and then you're kind of stuck because now you know about these red flags. Red flags are anything that you can't deal with or don't want to deal with in your life. All too many times people will, say, hey, well, we'll worry about that later, or they think they can change a person, or things will just work themselves out because of love. It doesn't work like that. I mean, I'm sure it has worked like that, but it doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that, everybody in a relationship that ignored red flags is having a bad relationship. However, I'm saying ignoring red flags will definitely get you in a bad situation, right? Because now you have the feelings of the love making and the tenderness and the all that, but now you have to look this red flag in the face every day. And what are you trying to do after that? You're trying to take that red flag away by either getting that person to change or trying to act like you're somebody that you're not by just dealing with something that you can't deal with. You know what I'm saying? Like if a woman, like personally me, I'm gonna give you one for me. I don't have any business with any woman that likes to go to the club or needs to party or anything like that. I just don't. I know that about myself now. And people might try to make you feel all insecure about it by saying shit like, well, you're insecure because you can't deal with that kind of thing or whatever. You shouldn't have to deal with that kind of thing if you don't want to. And the only reason that you're in a situation like that is because A, you didn't know they were like that, which means you didn't take enough time in the beginning before you had sex to find that out. Or B, you're trying to, ignore the fact that they do something that you don't like, or you're trying to act like like it's okay, or like it doesn't bother you or whatever. I'm telling you from experience, you can't be so hard up for love. Everybody wants to be loved. I still want to be loved now, but I'm single and I'm happy. But of course, everybody wants to be loved, but it's not the cliffhanger in my life anymore. You know what I mean? It doesn't ruin how I feel about my future if I'm not with somebody. If I, like I say, pass away today, or before I ever am in a relationship again, I'm okay with that. Why? Because I got peace meanwhile. I'm not stressing, and I have all my previous experiences to draw back on to help me and comfort me in times where I think I may, feel desperate or something, or feel a moment of weakness, because I'm only human, flesh and blood, I'm made. Hey, no, I'm just kidding. But yeah. And so the bottom line is don't ignore those red flags, and sometimes it takes time for red flags to show up. So my advice, which I know most people are hard-headed, right? Oh, we've been talking for a month and everything's cool, blah blah blah. People are good at faking things for a month, or not even necessarily faking them, just not telling you about them. And then all of a sudden you get locked in. Once you get locked in, then it's too late. And yeah, you could just break up with them, but after you create the sexual feelings and all that stuff, you know how hard it's going to be to pull yourself away. Some people could do it, but I got a feeling a lot of us don't know how to do it. I mean, I didn't know how to do that for the longest time, man. So I would carry around dread. I'd be with somebody knowing that, man, I should not be with this person. I can't pull myself away from this person because I actually love this person now, you know? But knowing that they aren't healthy for me, you know what I mean? And I'm so glad to be through that. Now I'm on this side of things and I'm taking my time, and life is different now. I had to learn how to love me, how to, appreciate me. I'm an okay guy, and I can make myself happy. It's not a selfish thing, because what I used to do when I got into relationships was, whatever they were weakest in or needing, I would do my best to fulfill that. You know what I mean? Like one girl I met, the first things she started talking about, and the girl that hooked me up with her was telling me that all the guys she was with was using her for money and everything like that. And she doesn't even have money really, So, and guys never spoiled her, never did anything like that. And you know what I did? I came in there with my cape on, and I did all that. I mean, when I go buy some shoes, I would take her. Then I got to taking not just her, but the kids, and I loved it. I mean, it was fun, but I kind of got sucked into that. I allowed myself to get sucked into that situation and ended up, getting hurt. And every time you get hurt from a relationship, man, it takes some of your life away from you, some of your time away from you. And if you're anything like me, you get to this point in life and you look back and be like, man, I wasted so much time on just that, on just trying to be in a happy relationship and everything. With all my accomplishments, that's good. I'm proud of myself for that. But how much further would I have went if I didn't have that, insecure feeling of always needing or wanting to be with somebody, or, having to have this relationship or whatever. But I do go easy on myself. I mean, I know that a lot of the reason I was like that is because of the way I grew up and my mom and dad's situation. They broke up when I was like 6 years old, and it was just some horrible shit. I'll make a video about it one day because I need to, because it'll help me just process it more. It's been many years, but I was basically taken from my mom and sent out here for a better life with my dad, because he was in the Army and all this. And maybe my dad was better financially, but emotionally and physically he was not. He hurt me, and he just controlled the living daylights out of me, man. And looking back every day, I see people in different situations that make me realize that, man, I did have it bad. My own grandmother told me one time, or a few times, she would just be like, you got a rough life, baby. You got a rough life. And I'd be like, damn. Like, I kind of know that already, but for my grandmom to say it, and, everybody's scared of my dad or whatever. So whatever, I was just his problem. And my dad treated me just like that. I was his problem. He used to yell at me and tell me, he doesn't have to be friends with me. All he has to do is raise me, asshole. My nickname was asshole, I think. I don't know. But anyways, all of that kind of, living in chaos and family dramacy, I don't even know if that's a word, but made me dream about having my own thing one day. And I shot for that every chance that I got. But the thing that I didn't know, and I didn't realize, that I wasn't trained to do this. I didn't grow up seeing how a good relationship should be. I didn't grow up seeing how a man should respect a woman. And so I didn't do those things. The picture was good in my head, but I had no idea about what was in between, now and the end goal. And I really hurt myself and I hurt other people with that. So that's why I I am I go a little easy on myself for making these mistakes in these relationships. But it got to the point where this has got to stop. Partially because I'm in my late 40s, and I don't want to be doing this when I'm 60. I got to find a way to be happy just right now, and not worry about all that anymore, because it's really burning up time, burning up energy. So my bottom line is, man, just don't ignore those red flags. And when you get that little feeling, that little tingly feeling in the back of your neck because you just heard some stuff they said that you ain't down with, pay attention to it. Don't ignore it, man. Don't let it go. And the reason why I'm saying, if it takes you 2 years to have sex with this person because you're trying to get to know them, then so be it. And if they can't wait, and if it's an issue, then they might not be the right ones for you. You know what I'm saying? And I already know that you're never gonna find out everything. And people use that as an excuse all the time. You could be with somebody 25 years and never know who they are. I used to say that too. But the bottom line is, don't use that as an excuse to push forward when you should probably be hitting the brake, right? And making a U-turn. And I think that's, we hide behind that bullshit, that the reasoning and the excuses, and you end up getting yourself in some shit that if you do get out of it, even then it's going to take a while for you to become the person that God made you to be, which you might not never do, because most people, what they do, they wait a little while, they run into somebody else, and all of a sudden they're into something else. And they think they're okay because they're happy with this new thing that's going on. But the scary thing is, you're not only not okay, you're very vulnerable, because you just went through some crap and jumped right into some other stuff before you even work the other things out in your heart, And I know being in love, all of a sudden you're happy and everything. That's going to make you feel like, I'm good now. I'm fine. I'm over that. Well, those pains and those traumas are still there, unworked, unchecked. It just feels good right now because you're happy about something else. Like I said, I'm talking to me, but I know there's other people who can jive with what I'm saying. I know there's people out there right now who actually maybe even need to hear what I'm saying. Just straight up, just don't ignore the red flags. Sex and all that shit is not that important where you have to rush things. Life with somebody isn't even that important if you have to rush things. And just remember the shit you've already been through and why. Yeah, it wasn't just because he cheated or she cheated. It was because when you first met them, you ignored some shit you shouldn't had. And now that's why you're going through this pretty much, Like a girl I dated a long time ago, long story short, she worked in the hospital with me or whatever. And when I met her, she was a traveler, and she had a guy with her. She brought a guy out here with her and everything. And she would still come to my house. And I didn't, at first she tried to lie to me about it. But then one day when we were walking out of work, I got out the door just in time to see her car going by with a big burly dude driving it. And so I decided after that, I was like, I'm not even going to talk to her. I'm going to leave her alone because she's got a dude or whatever. And so since I did that, the next day she's trying to talk to me because she sees I'm not talking to her. So I'm like, hey, I saw you got a dude or whatever. I don't want to get involved in all that crap or whatever. And then she was like, we're breaking up, and all this other crap. I was like, oh, for real? And I fell for the trap. I mean, she literally sent this dude packing back to their home state or whatever. I think they had broke up before, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, she started messing around. We started messing around. I actually got a house together. Well, the thing about it is, do you think I ever trusted her because of what she did to homeboy? I remember it was Valentine's Day, right? And for some reason, I knew she had the dude at the house. And she's like, I'm gonna come over your house tonight. And I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. And you know, that night came, I'm at the house and it's Valentine's Day or whatever. I really wasn't tripping on nothing. But she wasn't coming, she wasn't texting me. And, you know, I honestly got pissed off about that because don't tell me shit, you know, you're gonna do and then you don't do it, right? So I did send her a little pissy text like, see, I knew you was full of shit or whatever. And then all of a sudden she's like, I'll be there in 15 minutes. So she was probably just waiting for homeboy to go to sleep, and she still came over and we still did the do. And then next thing you know, yeah, she's sending them packing, like I said. Uh, but I shouldn't have ignored that. I shouldn't have got into a real relationship with this chick where I had feelings for her and all that. It was, you know, it was my fault, and I have nobody else to really blame other than me, because she basically put all her cards on the table up front and not told me what she was about, but she gave me all the information I needed to see what she was about, and I still ignored it. And in the end, I was also looked at as the crazy person because I was a little bit crazy after dealing with somebody that fucks with your head. And I'm the one who got my heart broke, you know, and she just moved on and everything like that. So, like I said, I ignored all the red flags in the first place, man. I do admit that I learned a lot from that chick, like for about, you know, going camping and just all the stuff you don't do when you grow up in the hood. I learned a lot of cool shit from her during that experience. However, I would have much rather had my emotions back, my, you know, not have gotten my heart broken, all that stuff. So anyways, it's, and at the end of the day, it's your life. You're gonna do whatever you want to do. I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. But I'm just trying to, you know, basically help someone who might need it. Really, it's really up to you. But and I got these glasses on because I have broken a blood vessel in my eye, and it looks horrible. So I didn't want people freaking out. Oh my God, what happened to your eye? Like you really give a shit. But anyways, yeah, that's my little piece for today, my little rant for today. One of my buddies, we haven't spent much time together, but we lived in the same building for I don't know how many years, and I do have love for him, and he is my buddy. And the other day we were at the RC track, and I was telling him about how I want to make these YouTube videos and just how lost I was with it or whatever. And, you know, he simply laid down some game for me. And I just walked away from that little 2-minute conversation feeling very motivated, you know, and I'm doing what he talked about, and it feels good, you know what I mean? And I feel like I'm moving forward to it. It's funny though, because like it took me all day to do this video, but it was on my mind since the moment I woke up. So I hate when I get like that. Like, you know, I know that I need to do this. I'll get into reading, and then all of a sudden the same shit will happen. Like I'll wake up, I won't read, maybe not even that day, knowing, and I'll just think about it all day. And it's just like, I still got my things to overcome. And it's funny because like, how did I ever, you know, get this far being that way? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It's a growing. We're always growing. You know what I'm saying? And but anyway, I just wanted to, you know, thank that guy for basically getting the ball rolling and helping me out. You know, and help somebody else out who might need a little word, a little something. Because I know you're probably feeling some tugs on your heart right now. Like, man, I shouldn't mess with this girl or this dude. You know. And maybe if you hear what I say, it just sends it home to be like, you know what? He's right. I need to stop right here. And before you have sex. Because once you have sex, you are stuck. You know what I'm saying? That's if you and that's if you don't want booty calls and all that. I mean, if you're that kind of person, then you don't even need to listen to this, and I respect that. I'm not trying to tell people how to live or anything, but I'm talking to people who might be suffering, because we do create a lot of suffering in our own selves just because of the dumb shit we do. You know what I mean? Anyway, God bless. Talk to you guys later.